I'm Paula Deen, and today I'm expecting some neighbors for brunch, so I thought I'd really put on the hog and pile my table high with southern delicacies. But first, I'm gonna get out to the farm to gather some of my ingredients, and then I'm hightailing it back to the house to show you a simple egg casserole. I mean, no fuss at all. And then next there's French toast stuffed to the gunnels with bananas and walnuts. And finally, there's these light, bright vegetable pancakes. I could eat about 100 of them. So wear some stretchy britches, y'all, and belly up to the brunch, Savannah style. Here in Savannah on the weekends, we just love being lazy. We like sleeping late and then getting up to a scrumptious, sinful brunch. And today I'm going to be working with different types of sweetenings. Instead of our normal syrup, we are going to change to honey. And I went on a field trip to find out how these bees actually make the honey, and it was so fascinating. So later on today, I'm going to be showing you some great dishes introducing that fabulous sweetener, honey. My buddy Ray at Toosie Honey Farm is the king of all beekeepers. He took me out to show me where all his yummy honey comes from. Well, let's take a look, and I have to tell you, I am a little scared.
All right.
But I'm gonna...
What we do is, we put a little smoke in the hive. Bees communicate with pheromones, with odors.
Am I submitting a scared odor right now?
Well, I would say don't breathe heavily in the hive. Breathe slowly. And what I do when I come in and present a little smoke on the top of the hive, that confuses them. It breaks their lines of communication.
I would be ever so grateful if you would do that for me.
All right, so we'll just open this up. See how they calmed down?
Yes.
Went back down in there?
Except for this one around my face. What kind of honey is this?
The taste, the flavor of the honey is dependent on the flower that it comes from. For instance,
Right.
if you take buckwheat honey, that's very strong. Clover honey is very light. The flavor tends to be stronger as the season goes on, a lot like maple syrup. With maple syrup, the first flow is the lightest, the last flow is the heaviest, and the strongest in flavor.
Well, tell me, when you buy honey that has the beeswax in it,
Yes.
Now are you to eat that, or do you chew it and get out the flavor, or is it just there to keep the flavor going? What's
You can
the
eat
point
the
of
whole
that?
thing. The whole thing is edible. You can chunk this up and barbecue with it. You can put it on a pork loin for the last few minutes of the baking cycle. I've seen people do roast peaches with it in desserts. You can put a slice on a piece of hot apple pie.
That sounds great. Well, Ray, let's head back and get some honey, because I gotta start cooking. We're gonna begin today's menu with an egg dish. The beauty of this dish is not only is it good, it's easy. You can prepare it the night before. So I love those kind of dishes, especially when I know I'm gonna be sleeping late and I'm gonna be a little on the lazy side. All we have to do is take our boiled eggs and slice them long ways and line our casserole dish just like this. You know, a brunch just isn't a brunch unless you involve an egg dish, and we do a lot of those in the South. All right, we've got our eggs in a greased casserole dish, and this has been buttered with butter. And we're gonna make just a simple white sauce. Over medium heat, we've melted our butter, and we're gonna add our flour. And we're just gonna stir that until it becomes pasty, just like that. All right, now we're gonna add our half and half, and we're just gonna stir this until it begins to thicken and starts to bubble. I'm gonna add a little salt, pepper, and garlic powder. These are just great fun to do when I do have a weekend off. And it's so relaxing. The time of the day is just perfect. It's not lunch and it's not breakfast, it's brunch. See how nice and thick this has gotten? And now I'm gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard. And for the best part of this dish, a cup of Gruyere. Look at that. It's looking sinful, isn't it? Look at it, the cheese is starting to melt. Oh! Now to complete this simple dish, all we're gonna do is pour this luscious white sauce right on top of those eggs. Wouldn't you love to be an egg about right now? Just drinking up all that luscious cheese. All we do now is just top it with some grated Parmesan cheese, and we're ready to go into the oven. So simple. Now, if you're making this the day before, wait and top your Parmesan on it right before you get ready to bake it. We're just going to pop this into a 450-degree oven until hot and bubbly, which won't take long because you saw our sauce and the cheese. It was already nice and hot when I covered the eggs. So it won't take but just a few minutes. Now I have one ready here for us that's been in the oven about 30 minutes. If you make this dish the night before and it comes out of your refrigerator cold, you'll want to give it a little longer. Like I said, about 30 minutes will do the trick. But if you're putting it together that morning and all your ingredients are nice and hot, then it probably won't take more than 15, 20 minutes. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, it looks like a cheesy lasagna, doesn't it? On Sunday mornings at our house, Mother made sure that we had fresh sliced tomatoes with every breakfast. So that's what I'm going to serve with this. And just because it's Sunday and Sunday is a special day, I think I'll put just a little parsley on the plate just to satisfy Paula. Looks delicious, doesn't it? And you saw how very simple it was. So hot. And so sinfully wonderful. Y'all pour yourself a cup of coffee so you can stick around with me, because next I'm going to be making a fabulous banana walnut stuffed French toast to go along with that extraordinary honey I found.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
The next recipe we're going to be making is going to make your family or friends feel like you've really indulged them and are really spoiling them. You know, we all love French toast, the hot, goopy, buttery toast. But we're going to take this French toast this morning and send it over the top with just adding a couple of very simple ingredients. I've started here with a challah bread. It's nice and fresh and just rich in flavor. So again, this is another one of those simple dishes, and your family's going to feel so very spoiled by it. And we're going to start just by beating up some eggs. You could actually use any kind of bread, whatever your favorite bread is. But I do like to use a whole bread so that I can slice it myself. I don't necessarily like the thickness of a bread that you buy that's pre-sliced. So we've gotten our eggs beaten up. All we're going to do is add a little milk. And we're going to take our bananas and just quickly peel them and mash them up. You'll want to use a nice ripe banana. You won't want to use a banana that's green. But this is the stage that I like to use my bananas in. You can see it's getting just a teeny bit of brown color on it. Your real overripe bananas that you can see, sometimes they'll bundle them up and put them on special there in the produce section of the grocery store. Those are great for banana breads. A nice, ripe, soft banana. Wasn't it Elvis that loved fried banana sandwiches? I believe it was. He would have loved this dish, I bet. Now you can use your fork, you can use your hands, or you could even use a pastry cutter, or you could even throw them into a food processor. But like I said, I love touching my food and feeling of it. This is a good one for the children to help with. I think sometimes I'm still got a lot of kid in me. And I'm not going to do it too smooth. I'm going to leave chunks of bananas, because when I bite into that toast, I want to know that it's a banana. And I'm going to add just crushed walnuts. and we're going to take some fresh nutmeg. And it makes all the difference in the world. And I normally cook with real butter, but I'm going to fry these up today in margarine because margarine has less tendency to burn. So now we're just going to stuff our sandwiches. So we're just going to take this, and we're not going to take it to the edge because we're going to be kind of smashing him down. That looks good enough to eat just like that, doesn't it? And we're going to top him with the other piece. And we're going to sit him over here in our egg and milk mixture. And did I tell y'all where I got this recipe from? I don't know if I did or not, but before I moved to Wilmington Island onto the water, I lived in a great little dollhouse downtown, a little pre-Civil War house, and it sat right behind this huge mansion. And here I was in this little bitty dollhouse, and I got to know the girl that turned this old home into a B&B, and her name is Donna Sparks. And Donna takes the most beautiful care of her guest. In fact, one morning I had run over to see her, and we were sitting there giggling and laughing and doing the girl stuff. And I said, Donna, what are you cooking up in the morning for your guests? She said, Paula, I'm making them a wonderful banana walnut stuffed French toast. She said, you've got to have the recipe. So she shared the recipe with me, and I just couldn't believe it. And as I said, normally I use butter, but this morning I'm using margarine because I don't want my French toast to burn. I want it to just brown. And you can see this one's really, really sopped up that egg and milk. I mean, he's slick in my hand. He's like kind of feels like a fish, almost like I can't even hold on to him. We're going to cook these on each side for about 2 minutes, just long enough for that egg to cook and to get the insides warm and steamy. And I think these are probably ready to turn. And they are. I don't know what I would do without my grandmother's spatula. You know, you just can't find tools like this anymore. I just love it. And that allows me to get down underneath there. And I'm going to add just a little bit more butter now because we don't want the other sides to dry out. How delicious does that look? You know, if it's yellowing in a stick, I call everything butter. And I think I just said I was adding a little bit more butter, but I really didn't. This is margarine that I'm using because I don't want it to burn that bread with that delicate egg coating on the outside. So I think these are ready. Like I said, your family or your friends are going to feel like you've really gone to a lot of extra trouble for them. And you can see we didn't go to any trouble at all, just throwing in a couple of ordinary ingredients that you have around your house anyway. So let's cut into him and see what he looks like. Oh, I bet Elvis would sing for this one. I'm going to just dress him up just a little bit. I love powdered sugar with my French toast. But now for the finale, some of that beautiful honey that I found. Oh. Look at the color of the honey on the toast. It's actually much prettier than a dark syrup would be. You know I can't wait to taste it. They're going to love you. If Elvis loved fried banana sandwiches, this would be the king right here. Stick around, because coming up next, we're doing fried vegetable pancakes.
I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
This next dish that we're going to be making is just made to order for the vegetarian. This dish is wonderful in the fact that it has so many different uses. You can serve it as an hors d'oeuvre or a side dish to a meat entree. It's great served with scrambled eggs. As an hors d'oeuvre, it would be great topped with sour cream and caviar, and you could do them in little bites for your guest. I love having a dish that will work in more than one way, and this is definitely one of those dishes. Now you can see I've sliced up some green onion, and I've started on a carrot. I've started grating a carrot to go in there, and I'm going to finish him up just very, very quickly. You're going to see that this is a little different from an ordinary pancake. And we're going to take our zucchini, ordinary zucchini, and you can see the colors are starting to already come alive. I'm going to go ahead, my plate's getting full, so I'm going to go ahead and dump them in there and just kind of toss them together. See all the pretty colors and the different textures that your onion gives it. Simple, simple, simple. So we're going to take our milk and an egg. We're just going to whip those together just like that and toss them into our vegetables. We'll give them a quick stir. And then we're going to come over here and mix up the ingredients that's going to actually make our pancake. And that's going to be flour and a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking powder. And that'll give them just a little fluff. I think I'll use this. And I smell our pan, it's starting to get hot, so I'm going to go ahead. I have sprayed this pan with a nonstick spray, which works great in your cast iron. We're going to put just a little oil in there. We're going to mix up our dry ingredients, and we're just going to toss this in with our vegetables and our eggs. And I think our pan's ready. I see that our grease is starting to move around in our pan now, so we're going to come over here and see what we've got. See how simple that is? And most of you would have these ingredients in your kitchen as well. Not something that you have to go out and hunt high and low for. And like I said, you can make these any size that you want, depending on how you're going to use them. And you can see how I'm rotating these around my pan. And let's see if we're ready here. Look how pretty. It gives the word pancake a whole different meaning, doesn't it? Our vegetable pancakes are almost ready to serve up. You think these look good? Wait until you see my fresh peach smoothie, and that's next.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
I thought this yummy, mouth-watering breakfast deserved something rather than a glass of just ordinary coffee or juice, so I've made a delicious, cool, refreshing peach smoothie. All you do is peel your peaches, put them in a blender, and add ice. And today, I'm going to sweeten it with honey rather than sugar or a sugar substitute. I'm going to just drizzle a little down in the center so that that sweetener can go all the way through, and then finish topping. And speaking of honey, sometimes if you don't eat it quick enough, you'll notice that it'll crystallize on you. Well, to fix that, all you have to do is pop it in the microwave just for a few seconds, and all the crystals will dissolve. And by the way, remember to store your honey at room temperature. And one last thing before we go, I'm real bad about letting bananas get too ripe on me. And when that happens, all I do is put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them into the freezer, and on the day that I've got time, I'll pull it out and they're ready for my banana breads and my muffins. I'm so pleased with my brunch menu today. I think that I really and truly have something for everybody, for all taste. beginning with the banana walnut stuffed French toast. I don't know who could resist that. And the egg casserole and the bacon. And I even had a chance to get some popovers in the oven, and I can't wait to bust it apart and drizzle it with honey. And you know, I never did get to taste that vegetable pancake. I think I'll just quickly get a nibble before everybody comes to the table. It's delicious. So until next time, America, best dishes from my kitchen to yours.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.